Greetings, everybody. I am Jennifer Jackson Sorer. Jennifer Jackson. Some may know me as Dr. J or Pastor J or that woman who smiles all the time in the pharmacy. I am your reigning Miss Plus Intercontinental with the Miss Plus World System. It is a great honor to come before you today. I truly thank Dr. Shirley McKellar, President, and then also my beautiful soror, Herwania Searles. Thank you so much for this opportunity to come and share a few pearls of wisdom that have enabled me to push and press and do what I believe I've been called to do. In March of 2017, I felt the call to go and strengthen women, and I took that personally. I took that as a means of servitude and a means to go out and empower and utilize what I knew to be true to enable a body to move. And so I believe in doing that here in my immediate community, but also I believe my impact is global, where my husband and I serve the community through the church. And so I truly thank him for that which he does, to not allow me to sit home in those sweatpants that I really want to, or yoga pants, but but basically I want to come before you all today and share a few nuggets in this year of what I call a time period of reckoning. I think where we hear so much about alternate truths, that there is a continuation of alternate truths, where we still haven't heard about the cure-all to polluted waters, and there's riots because people are really feeling the impact of injustice. There is police brutality that is now being exposed on various levels, where it's now coming into your living room for you to personally see. There's racial profiling. It's not a stranger to us. And the known exposure of systematic racism and corruption. And we can go on and on. But one thing I dare to bring before you now: truth and light never go away. And one thing that I've learned: as long as there's one pressing for truth, and in that light, we can move and do some pretty phenomenal things. Alpha Kappa Alpha has always been known for women who are great in humility, who are great in grace, and how we carry ourselves, and how we work to empower not only our sisters and our brothers and those in our immediate community, but to do service, not for those who just look like us, but for those we serve, to move and to function, to be a blessing to all mankind. That is something we can say. I had to take a moment to think back. Our organization was founded in a period of time of great transition, and we had some phenomenal, innovative visionaries who came together and established a foundation of truth, of legacy, for empowerment, for movement, and we now stand on their shoulders. And I am grateful that I can be here today and attest to the fact of that standard that they pressed and they pushed at that period of time. We've now been through January, February, March, April, May, June, and August. And we're now at that month of August, We have 4 more amazing months of this year before we lend itself into 2021, which many are praying that it's going to be greater than this one. But I dare to say that 2020 was a year of reckoning. It was a great year of revelation, allowing people to see areas of frailty, areas where there may be holes in their bucket of finances, areas where now people are having to spend more time with family members, more time with their husbands, and more time with their spouses and their children. And they're seeing things that they may not have ever seen before, where I believe that God is allowing time to slow down a little bit. To slow down enough for us to recognize areas that we need to repair some foundation. Not a bad thing. It's actually a great thing. In the Word of God I study, it shares us that God prunes that which He loves. And when He prunes that, if you've ever been a gardener, and you've ever been one who like to go out into the field and get your hands dirty, you get your clippers And you go and you begin to clip those limbs that may be breaking, or limbs that are not producing the way that they should. You notice that things are better by it. It grows a little bit smoother. It grows better without that limb that was enabling death or bringing harm to that tree, bush, shrub, or plant. In this hour, I dare you to go in and do some introspection. Inspect the foundation of your beliefs. Look at the whys in your relationships that may be daring to challenge you today. It's not always a bad thing. Sometimes we need to slow down to find and to see again that appreciation for those things we've been blessed to be a part of, such as a marriage, or to be a mother, or to work on a job. Some people have found themselves in a predicament where they go in and seek an appreciation from a job that's supposed to be given to you, given finance, so you go to work. I challenge you today to find that source again of, I'm so grateful to be able to serve in the capacity that I serve presently. I challenge you now to take a moment. To take a moment and see, have you lost your luster? You see, I am a soror who has a great appreciation for the pearl. The pearl has been known to have a luster. And that luster is known to be a phenomenon. And what we need to know is that shine that we see is merely a reflection of the light that's hitting the many layers of nacre that have developed over time. And it hits onto a calcium carbonate structure that's combined with protein, and it reflects back onto you the sheen that you see. Oh my God, that just does so much for me to learn so much more about the pearl. I know my husband's going to love it when he sees a new set of something in our household by this conversation. You see, what that tells to me, the light that you have, that you carry, must do what it's set to do. It must go into the dark places. You are intended to go into those places, not the ones where people have it all together. We're set to take the light that we carry of truth, of knowledge, of wisdom that we have been blessed to garner, to be exposed to, and take that to people who do not have the opportunities that you may have, that may not have the voice you may have. It is now in this season that we are challenged for those who know truth to speak. It is a shame and a crime even for those who may know truth, who may know the right way, but to keep it all for yourself. Right now, people are crying out. Every day at my pharmacy counter, I see people come. They're worried, they're concerned, they're afraid. I see fear. But I know that I have not been reared or raised to live by fear. I have been reared and raised to live by faith. We must speak those things that be not as though they are. We must walk as those that have been endowed with wisdom and opportunity and access, and give back to our local, national, and global communities. We must raise up and empower those in leadership, or go to press for those positions, so that we may make a direct impact to our local communities. We must go and utilize social media, national media, paper, print, in any capacity that we have to press the targets that our brilliant and beautiful international president has set into motion. It is our onus and our commitment that is on the line, that says on what side we truly stand. Thank you so much for the opportunity to come before you today. It is my hope that you utilize your luster, your shine, your brilliance in this opportunity as the leaders come together during this leadership retreat and put things together for the greater good. They're looking for you, and I will be too. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much, sorors. I'm not far And I look forward to seeing what you do in this season.